Hi, my name is Max Alf, and for my project I did symptoms of Phytophthora root rot in Fraser fir Christmas trees. This is a root rot disease, and the disease starts when the feeder roots of the Christmas tree are infected by zoospores of different Phytophthora species. As you can see, this model here represents a normal, healthy Christmas tree. This second model shows the next point in the disease progression with the symptoms. Once they have infected the roots and caused the roots to turn brown, it will move up and into the above ground portion of the tree, and it will turn the lower branches of the tree brown, and usually just on one side, whichever side whichever side has the roots that are infected by the disease. And then the rest of the tree will appear healthy. And then eventually that will go into the whole tree decline and death. And with the Phytophthora, it will keep the needles on there for a while. And so you'll see Christmas tree fields that will have a grouping of reddish-brown Christmas trees that have been killed by Phytophthora, and the needles are still on it. Some species of Phytophthora root rot also cause stem cankers, but the main species that infects Christmas trees in North Carolina is Phytophthora cinnamomi, and that is about 80% of the samples that are taken of infected Christmas trees in the state. And this is a soil-borne pathogen, and in Christmas tree fields you can often see areas where it has spread by the water moving through the soil, moving the pathogen through the soil. And so you see a more concentrated area at the top of the hill spreading out into a wider area lower down on the hill as the water spreads it out throughout the soil. It also is a big problem in seedling beds and seedling production of Christmas trees. So they can be controlled for early on with some fungicides and disease management like that, but then when they're planted out in the fields and that protection isn't there, it can show up again and cause more problems. The economic importance of this disease is fairly wide-ranging. In areas that are not well suited to Fraser fir production, as Christmas tree production has moved further eastward from out of the mountains, it's not as suitable for production. You can have losses from 30% to up to 75% where the trees are already stressed due to environmental conditions. But in general, the industry average for North Carolina is about 9% losses due to this disease. This is a problem for any grower, but it's especially a big problem for smaller growers who typically have smaller acres, and since the soil is contaminated once you have it, you can't plant there again. So smaller growers with smaller acreage, it's more of a problem for them. And it also kills seedlings for seedling growers, so they can take an economic hit as well. Some of the ecological importances of this disease is that Christmas trees are a big habitat for wildlife, rabbits, birds, stuff like that, any kind of wildlife you can find out in a Christmas tree plantation. Also, they help with controlling soil erosion, keeping the soil in place, and of course, as trees, they provide a lot of oxygen for people to breathe. So damages to fields of trees will cut down on all of those benefits. And it stays in the soil, so once you have it, or if it gets brought in, it will stay there, destroying the ecology of that area for Christmas tree production. And you also have to be really careful with it if you're walking around in it. You don't want to track mud with it on your boots or on your equipment, trucks and trailers, that type of thing. And then as far as social and cultural importance of it, Christmas trees are a huge thing. People love to go and either go to a Christmas tree lot and pick out the perfect tree, or go to a choosing cut farm in the mountains and come home with the perfect tree. And with the decline in Christmas trees, that can affect people's holiday cheer, if you will. I chose this topic because I come from Ashe County, which is the #1 producer of Christmas trees in the country. We produce about 2 million Christmas trees a year. So it's a topic that it's close to me. For my project, what I did is I took wooden dowels and pipe cleaners. I cut them into sizes and wrapped the branches, dowels, in pipe cleaners. Green pipe cleaners for the healthy parts of the tree, and brown pipe cleaners for the diseased parts of the tree. And then I glued that onto a wooden dowel that represents the trunk of the tree. Some resources that I used for this, other than my own knowledge from growing Christmas trees, were the Cooperative Extension Service of North Carolina, focusing on Christmas trees, and the American Phytopathological Society.